Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Just give me one more minute. I'm going to wait for people to join. And we are going to have a new sign-in. So okay, I sent the link for the sign-in on the chat. So that's the new way we're going to do that. And if y'all do have questions, then go ahead and write it on the chat and I'll be more than happy to help y'all out. But all right, we're going to get started. So welcome. This is Financial Resources Part 2. This is our third meeting. And once again, the membership requirements. So attend 3 out of 6 meetings. This is our third meeting, so we're halfway through. We do have 7 meetings in total, but our last meeting isn't counted as credit because it's just a goodbye celebration. And then we will be announcing the officers for next semester. Also, membership dues are $15 for returning and $20 for new members. Those are due October 27th. If y'all are having financial hardship and aren't able to pay right away, let us know and we can discuss a payment plan. Also, obtain 10 volunteer credits, so 1 hour equals 1 credit. As usual, go ahead and send an email or a direct message to the volunteer coordinators or Lauren and myself, and we'll confirm that with you, and then you'll go on ReadyLink and request those credits. And you can also donate $6 to equal 1 credit to the organization. You also have to attend 1 event. They are going to be virtual. So we have a speed networking event. It's going to be October 22nd, and then the mental health conference is going to be on, oh, give me 1 second. Is going to be this Sunday. And then we do have alternative membership requirements. So those are $25 dues. Also October 27th, 15 volunteer credits, 1 virtual meeting or event. And then you do have to confirm these with us. So if you want to be an alternative member, you have to send Lauren or myself a message and we'll discuss it and we have to approve it first. So here are our volunteer opportunities. We are doing the letters of encouragement for SASH and the children's shelter. So 1 letter equals 1 credit. We just added the food pantry. So the Roadrunner pantry, it's 6 items equals 1 credit. So you can't donate money. It has to be like actual items, and you have to send a picture of those items. and then 7 cups. So I know there is like 1 or 2 people struggling with 7 cups. It's an app that you download from the App Store, and then on there you want to make sure to make an account. So I found it's easier to go like on your laptop, and then on the website make a listener account. Then go on your phone and download the app, and then on there just sign in, and from there it tells you step by step what you have to do. It gives you a 30-minute training before you can actually start chatting with people, and I am giving 1 credit for completing the training. If y'all do have more questions about this, go ahead and look over the other 2 meetings on YouTube, and then I also created a Rowdy Link tutorial video. It's also on YouTube, and you can send the volunteer coordinators or Lauren and myself a private message, and we'll be more than happy to help y'all out. For Be My Eyes, this is also an application that you would download, and there's no training required. The thing with this one is that there's so many volunteers on this app, so you might get called probably once a week, most likely like once every 2 weeks. It's not a lot that you will be called, so I do suggest you try and do the other stuff instead. We have 2 more. So Love for the Elderly, it's also an encouragement letter. So 1 letter equals 1 credit. And then we are also doing the encouragement videos for in between living rehabilitation. I'm not gonna go over the details for these, but you can always look on the recap that Elena will send on Friday, or you can also look on YouTube. I will post this so you can just read over the slides. And then I will also post the link for the PowerPoint on the group chat. And then instructions for Rowdy Link, since I know y'all were struggling with this, you just go on Rowdy Link, and then at the top right corner is your icon. You press on there, and then it should give you service hours, and you'll do all of that. So whenever you send in your proof, whoever confirms that, so if it's Alexis, Ethan, Lauren, or I, whoever confirms and says, okay, go ahead and request these many credits, that's who you'll put for the verification contact. I did create a video tutorial on how to use Rowdy Link. It is up on YouTube, so you can always go check that out if you are still confused. Make sure to join us on social media. So we have our Instagram, our Twitter. We're gonna make a new Facebook, so the name will probably be the same unless they make us have a completely new one, but we'll keep y'all updated on that. For now, this is the one we have. Y'all can take a look at that. It's not current, so it's not really useful, but you can still go if you want to. And then the important ones are Rowdy Link and GroupMe. So this is the QR code for GroupMe. If you're not part of it, make sure you join. We do communicate with all of you through there the most. And then Rowdy Link, we always send recap emails and reminder emails. And then this is our email. So if you have any questions or you want to send in your volunteer proof, this is where you would send it to. And then this is our YouTube handle. So make sure to subscribe. And if you want to just go over the meetings and the videos, just go on there. We have all the recordings there. This meeting is being recorded, so that way it's a little bit useful for y'all, and hopefully that's better so y'all won't be confused and won't have these multiple questions. Y'all can just go back and look at these videos. So these are our meeting dates. This is our 3rd meeting. We have October 13th left, the 27th, then 10th, and then this is our last meeting, November 24th.
You spit up here, which are 5 degrees, and you do nothing.
Okay, we also have t-shirts available. So I did make a PowerPoint that's just merch, and I did share that on the GroupMe, so you look through there as well, but I'll go over it quickly right here. We have small, medium, and large, and then only 1 extra small available.
I mean, come on, who cuts up little hot dogs and puts them in their mac and cheese, huh?
Can everybody make sure to mute themselves? Okay, and then we have double-sided masks. And if you can see, I did put the order codes for all of that on there. So just make sure that when you do purchase an item, put the codes that you want. And we have tumblers, water bottles, and coffee mugs. And then these are the available designs. And these are all the tumblers with all the designs. So you would just put A3 if you want this design, A1 for that one, A2 for that one. Same thing. For the water bottles, we also have pink and red. For the coffee mugs, we don't have many left. We have like 5 left. So if you want those, order those soon. And then this is where you will send in your dues and also your orders for that. And then our treasurer, Fernando, will send you a message with a receipt and confirming that you either paid dues or you made a purchase. And if you made a purchase, we'll further discuss where we would be delivering that to and so on. Or I will send you a message, but it will most likely be Fernando. Okay, and then our next meeting will be October 13th. And so we did have a change of roles. So Elena Koretsky, she was our PR2. She is now our advertising chair, and she made this beautiful flyer for us. Okay, and let me just admit this person. Okay, so we will have our remaining 5 officers presenting today. So again, last meeting, we were presenting financial resources available because of the pandemic, and I know a lot of people are struggling. And we were trying to do this to help out in any way we can. So just, showing all the available opportunities out there. And first, we will have Fernando. So I will pull that up. Just give me 1 second.
Someone asked, how do they receive graduation stoles or cords?
So once we get towards the end of the semester, at the second to last meeting, we are going to start reaching out to people. In order to receive those, you have to get active membership. So you have to complete the required meetings, events, and you have to pay dues. If y'all have questions throughout the semester as far as what else you need to get the active membership, please send me a message and I'll be more than happy to help y'all out and let y'all know what else y'all have left. If y'all are joining if y'all are barely starting, if this is your first meeting, you still have time to make up for the meetings and all that. So don't worry about it. Now, as it gets further into the semester, it'll be kind of hard for you to actually do that. So I suggest you start as soon as possible. But yes, once we get closer to the date, we'll start giving y'all more information about that. And if y'all are in San Antonio, then I'll deliver in person. If not, we will have to ship it out and there will be a shipping cost of like $3-4. Okay. Fernando, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll just let me know when you want me to move on to the next slide.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. We can go ahead and start. So I will be presenting over your Texas benefits, specifically focusing on the SNAP, which is the food benefits. Now, your Texas benefits is a benefits program provided by the state of Texas to provide help to people with low income. So I know college students don't make that much money, so I'm sure that the majority of us would potentially qualify. Now, apart from SNAP, they do also provide healthcare services, support services, WIC food benefits and family planning, and also TANF, cash help. We can go to the next slide. So like I said, I will be focusing on SNAP. Now, I provided like a little study done by Northwestern Medicine and Northeastern Illinois University, which in the study that they conducted, they found 95% of college students failed to eat the recommended amount of fruit and vegetables. And more than 60 reported not getting enough physical activity for at least 20 minutes or 5 or more days out of the week, which is really represents most college students. And I know that for me, it was it still is kind of hard, keeping track of what you're eating and trying to juggle exercise with school, work, and all these other things. So yes, this could potentially help a lot of you guys when it comes to meal planning and having food to be able to consume. Next slide. So who qualifies for SNAP? People who don't have a lot of money as long as they meet the program rules. Most adults ages 18 to 49 with no children in the home can get SNAP for only 3 months in a 3-year period. The benefit period can be longer if the person works at least 20 hours a week or is in a job or training program. Some adults might not have to work to get benefits, such as those who have disabilities or are pregnant. So I just provided like this table, it just so you can kind of get an idea of what to expect. So if you are a single person applying for the SNAP benefits, the most you can make to be able to qualify for it would be $1,700 monthly, and you can just follow that table with regards to that, depending on your household. And then this table represents how much you could receive from SNAP. So if you're a single person applying for the SNAP benefits, you could potentially get $194 monthly. So how this works is they give you this card, and they're basically reloading it monthly, and you use that card to purchase anything related to food. Now, they do have some limitations on it. For example, you can't buy tobacco, any alcoholic drinks, anything that you can't eat or drink, or any food bills you owe. And I believe it also has to be food that isn't warm or heated. So I know that they have like food that's already prepped at some grocery stores that they have, heated. You can't buy those, but you can buy anything else that you can use to make food. Next. Was that the last one? Okay.
Yeah, and so I just want to go a little bit more about that. So I know that they also, because he was saying that 20 hours, if you are a work study, most of work studies can't work more than 15 or 19 hours. So they'll still allow you, and also if you're a student, that, really increases your chances of getting it. And sometimes you don't really have to work if you are a student. So that's some stuff that you would just look into. And I know that they do phone interviews to kind of further discuss that. But this is like a really great way to, save a little bit of money. And I know Lauren was kind of talking about not buying fast food and to just make your own food. So SNAP, helps you out so you can actually buy groceries to make your own food, and you can buy frozen foods also. So, it's a great way to save money. Okay, next we have Elena. So Okay. All right, Elena, just let me know when to move forward.
Okay, so I just wanted to, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to talk about unemployment services today. So also sorry, because mine is like a bunch of like steps on how to apply, and I didn't really like explain like what really makes you eligible, I don't think. So that's probably not even a slide, but I'll go in depth like in my notes or whatever about it. But I just want to say, yeah, don't be embarrassed or feel like you're going to be judged for doing any of the services that have been offered so far, especially this one in particular. I know so many people have been using it during this pandemic, and it's such a great thing, great resource to use. I know some of my roommates did it. I know my boyfriend's mom had to do it because she got let go herself. I got let go from my job, but I wasn't eligible for it at the time. But it's really not a shameful thing to use any of these resources that we're talking about, and always like remember that asking for help is a sign of strength. So you going to one of these resources is totally okay. But I'm ready to go to the first slide. So basically, unemployment benefits are part of like an employer paid program that provides like temporary or partial income replacement to people who are qualified and who are unemployed through no fault of their own. So meaning that they were fired or let go. However, like if you quit due to personal reasons, you aren't eligible. So basically anything that has to do with being fired, let go, anything like that, you can qualify for it. They're available if you meet the eligibility requirements set by the Texas Unemployment Compensation Act. So I can kind of like read some of them now, but you have to basically, I think it's like you have to at least work with the place for at least a year, like your previous employer for at least a year. And it depends on your past wages as well, like taxable wages, how much you earned, how much your employer reported you earning. But those kind of things can easily be found on like the website if you apply, or if you qualify or if you don't qualify. And like I mentioned, it also depends on like the type of job separation. So like if you were quit or like you let go, or even if they cut back your hours, like you still are eligible to do that. Unemployment benefits are there must be reported as income to revenue service. I like took note of. You should apply for benefits as soon as you become unemployed. So when you apply for the unemployment benefits, the effective date of your initial claim is Sunday of the week in which you apply. So basically this whole presentation is like me taking you through the steps of it. And I even provided like, I think a link in there going into more depth of those steps in terms of like, oh, what is like the pay look like how do I know when I get paid, how much I get paid, that kind of thing. I think the max you can get is 521 or something around there. So it's not meant to, that's not a lot of money. I think it's like 521 per week or like every 2 weeks or something like that. So it's not meant to, replace your job. Like I'm sure like your job could have been paying more, but it's just to keep you on your feet while you are trying to look for another job during that time. You can go to the next slide. So when you apply for benefits, you're going to need a few things. So you're going to need your social security number, your last employer's business name, address, phone number, first and last dates you worked for your last employer, and number of hours you worked, and your pay rate if you worked during the week you apply, including that Sunday like I mentioned. Military employment service, like if you have been in the military, or a alien registration number if you're not a U.S. citizen or national citizen. You can go to the next slide. So basically, like I mentioned, I'm taking you through the steps. So you can, so step one, you just need to create a user ID and password to apply for benefits online. And again, like as you apply, and even if you go to the website that I linked on the PowerPoint, you should be able to find like if you're actually eligible. But you have to enter your social security number, and then select yes and next and that kind of stuff. And then step two is that you would answer like these initial questions, determine if you whether you can apply for benefits using the internet or if you have to call the number, which I believe you only call the number if like you're in like Wyoming or like another random state. But Texas, we can do it through the internet, so you should already be able to apply via the internet. So you will find that there's like this withholding option at the end of it, and so check the box if you want them to withhold the federal income tax from your unemployment benefits. That's totally up to you. And then like I mentioned, they're going to ask you about your last employer, reason for no longer working, to see if you're eligible, like I mentioned, and then you would create like a PIN number, and just to keep that stuff close, because it's going to be important in terms of like accessing your account and knowing when you're going to get paid and everything like that. You can go to the next slide. Step 6. So this is like, I'm like, oh, I don't even know. But so step 6 would be like about payment options. So how do you want to receive your benefits? So they actually do like, you can have your own like a debit card by them, or they can actually direct deposit into your bank or credit union or whatever you use. And I wrote this at the bottom because it's very important to note that for new, so like if you're going in as a new I guess claimant or whatever they call it, I would call it customer, I guess. But if you're going in as a new claimant, the default method is debit card. So if you don't want a debit card, you need to go in and change it to direct deposit. So like select no on the payment option page basically, and then you will be able to change it to debit direct deposit. And then for returning ones, it just shows that the payment method that they have on file for you, and then to change your method, you would just select yes and then complete the change payment option screen. Step 7 is like signing up for like electronic correspondence. So meaning like they'll get like emails basically about updates and anything like that, reminders. Before you submit it, and you must select submit when you are finished reviewing your answers, or your claim will not be processed. So that's another important thing, that you have to click submit. Your application is not complete until you click submit and receive the confirmation number. You can go to the next slide. And then in terms of step 9, so it's still not over yet. This is another important thing to notice, that when you have finished reviewing the claim confirmation page, you have to select next to go to the next steps, requirements, and instructions section, because they're going to say some important things about like what I mentioned. How are you going to get paid? When are you going to get paid? What does that look like exactly? This, and it also explains like what you must do to maintain remain eligible for unemployment benefits if you qualify. So you have to register for work within 3 days of applying for benefits. So like I mentioned, like they don't just like give the money to you, like you still have to be showing that you're like working for it and like looking for jobs. So they'll like have these forms basically that you have to fill out, like say like, hey, I applied to, I don't know, for example, because I work at HEB, like I applied to HEB on this date. I applied via their website, and you would send it to them just to remain eligible for the unemployment benefits. Obviously, if you don't get that particular job, they're not going to say, well, like you're not eligible anymore, because the point is you're still looking, and if they don't accept you, that's not your fault. The point is that you're still like trying to get work. Request payment time. Report earnings and hours worked for each week you request benefit payments, and respond to any requests from TWC or a Workforce Solutions office. And if you do not respond, your benefits may be delayed or denied. So you must be able to and be available to full-time work to be eligible for unemployment benefits. And like I mentioned, you have to be actively be searching for work. You can go to the next slide. And I don't know if this is the final step or, yeah, it might be, okay. So step 10, so like the final one, is basically requesting this pay. And this one I put in there because this one does get a little tricky in terms of like applying how to file and figuring out like requesting your pay. But you must request your unemployment benefit payment every 2 weeks on your scheduled filing day. So like I said, that link goes more into depth about it because I feel like if I try to go in depth, I would just make it super confusing. So I'm not going to do that to you. But when you apply, basically they send you like a document that's called like instructions for requesting benefit payments. So this document shows your first filing day, your teleserve filing day, instructions for filing online, which is probably the one that you're going to do since we don't have to do the phone. And you must request your first benefit payment on your first filing day. So if you're like, I don't know what filing date means, like I mentioned, that link describes it all. But that's pretty much all I have. Yeah, just taking you through the steps and hopefully y'all got something out of it. Thank you.
I also want to add one more thing for this. So because of COVID, they're also doing partial unemployment, which means that if your hours were reduced by 10%, you can still request it. So you don't have to have like fully lost your job. If you did just lose like 10% of hours, you can still use this resource. Okay, next we have Maddie. All right, let me know when to move forward.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Maddie, and today I'll be talking about the Texas Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. So what is this program? The Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program is a utility assistance program designed to assist low-income households in meeting their immediate energy needs and to encourage consumers to control energy costs for years to come through energy education. It provides relief to those low-income, elderly, and/or disabled households most vulnerable to the high cost of energy from home heating and cooling from fluctuations in energy costs by providing financial assistance, paying up to 6 or 8 of the highest bills during the year, depending on whether they are considered a vulnerable household. Furthermore, it provides assistance in an energy-related crisis or during severe weather or supply shortages. You can go ahead and go to the next one. Who is eligible for this program? So in order to qualify for this benefit program, you must be a resident of the state of Texas, a person who participates or has family members who participate in certain other benefits, such as the SNAP, like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the Supplemental Security Income, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, or certain needs tested veterans benefits may be automatically eligible. In order to qualify, you must have a certain annual household income based on the number of people living with you. And so to find that out, like on the website, there's like a section where you have to fill in who is living with you, how much do you make, things like that. So that's how that would kind of be broken down. You can go ahead and go to the next one. So how do I apply for this program? To apply for services, you can contact the local subrecipient agency. The landline number is there between 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, or you can visit the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. How can I contact someone? So you can visit the website, or I kind of just put all the information, like the website, the email, the phone number, and even the address, just in case you want to, mail a letter or something. I have no idea, but I just put all their contact information. And that is the link to apply. So if anybody, wants to apply, because I know obviously you can't click the link, at least. So if anybody wants to apply, just reach out to me, or I guess to Debbie, and we'll be able to send it to you. And if anybody needs help, just please feel free to reach out to me, or if you need to talk to someone, I'm always here. So yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, I think what I'll do also is make a document and have the links for all of the PowerPoints, also from the last meeting, and share it out. That way y'all can just click the ones y'all want to use. Okay. Also, let me just resend the link in case y'all haven't signed in. Please make sure to sign in. I know some people were coming in afterwards. So the new sign in will be through this form. I just sent the link in the chat. Please make sure to sign in through there. Otherwise, you won't receive credit. Okay. Next, we have Alexis.
Hello, everyone. Hope y'all are having a good day. I'll be talking about Plumbers to People, which is by the San Antonio Water System. The specific program is going to be called Uplift. You can go to the next slide. So just a little bit about Uplift. Basically, their main goal is to pay your water bill so you can focus on any other bills or any other things you need to pay off. But I'll just read this over real quick. 14 Uplift programs help ease the burden of utility cost for those who qualify to ensure all neighbors have access to life-sustaining water and sewer services. The next point says emergencies happen, whether it's a job loss, medical issue, car crash, whatever. Uplift is a neighbor's customers can count on when they're going through financial hardship. So obviously COVID would be one of those emergencies. You can go to the next slide. So the requirements to be eligible for Uplift would be to be a San Antonio Water System account holder. So if you get your water through them, your water bill will have an account number on it. And when you go and create the account, which is on that link below, you basically just enter in that number, create your account. It takes like less than 3 minutes. Next, you would meet the income requirements, which I'll talk about on the next slide. And then lastly, you'll complete the Uplift application. I wasn't able to complete it because I'm not an account holder, so I can't really tell you guys much about it. But if you guys just need like emotional support, second mind, whatever, second pair of eyes to complete it, don't hesitate to DM me, and I won't have an issue with helping you guys fill it out. And then on that link that I put for additional information, you guys can just go there for that application. And right when you open it up, it gives you like 2 options. One is like a I need help button, and the second button would be I want to help. So that's another, on a side note, if you guys want to donate to this, it'll help people pay off their water bills. If not, obviously you would push that I need help button and it will prompt you directly to all this information I'm giving you in the application. So the next slide. The next slide is those income requirements I was talking about. If you are just by yourself, then you would need to make about less than $16,000 a year. And then so on for 12 people or more, $5,600 for each additional person. But yeah, that's about it. Did you guys have any questions?
I have one. Were you able to, because I know most students live in like apartments or dorms. Did it say anything about that since it's not technically under their name, but under the complex?
No, I didn't inquire about that. I'm in the same position where I live in an apartment and it's just like included in my rent. So I have no idea where my water is coming from, you know? Yeah, but I'm not sure. It doesn't have any age requirements though. I forgot to add that.
Okay. I feel like it should still, like y'all should still be able to, if y'all just inquire at the leasing office, like that information. Also, when you move in, they give you packets. So, you know, don't be scared of applying for any of these. Like if you want to apply and need that help, look into them. And I'm sure there's like, you can find some way to receive the help. Next, we have Vanessa.
Hey guys, I'm going to be presenting some job opportunities that I found. So as Elena said, some people did end up losing their jobs during this pandemic, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. But if you're indeed looking for a job, these are some good places that are hiring right now. So yeah, you can go to the next. So that's, I'm just explaining how the pandemic hit unexpectedly on us, and it took so many things from us. So yeah, I'm going to be presenting some job opportunities that are currently looking for staff. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so the first one is Delia's Tamales. It started up in McAllen, Texas, and not long after that, they decided to open more locations, and one of them is right here in San Antonio. So they are looking for some kitchen staff and cashier staffs, which are the most important for that specific location. And if you're not looking for a job, but you're looking for like tamales, you need to go there because they're so good. I'm not gonna lie. I literally just bought some last week. So just also, that's a good place to eat some tamales. So you can go to the next one. Yeah, you need to try it, Elena. So Dollar General and Dollar Tree are also hiring. So as you know, they both sell everything for $1 or less. They have grown to be one of the most profitable stores in rural United States. And so the San Antonio locations are looking for people that are willing to work in this desperate times. So the Dollar General is looking for the lead sales associate, assistant store manager, and sales associate. And there's like a lot of positions for like those specific 3 that are listed there. And the Dollar Tree is looking for like customer service representative and sales floor associate. And all of my slides, I posted the links for the applications at the bottom. So yeah, like Debbie said, she will be making, I guess, a Word document or something where all of the things are posted if you are interested in finding these applications. So next, HEB. So HEB is hiring a lot of people, and it's both part-time and full-time, and they are hiring for a lot of different positions, like the cake decorator, which seems a lot of fun, food service representative, part-time and full-time curbside, the checker, customer service, and cashier controller, meat cutter, sanitation, overnight stalker, customer service representative for cosmetics. And there were a lot of more things that you could apply, like more positions, but there were a lot that I did not want to put them on here. But as well, I did put the link at the bottom if you want to check that out. And like, hey, yeah, Elena got a job there. And so you can ask us any questions if you have any questions about all of these sites. So Papa John's, if you're looking for some good pizza, Papa John's is also hiring. It's the 4th largest pizza delivery restaurant chain in the United States. So it's hiring for up to 300 jobs. And they have said, as when I looked into this, those interested in applying can expect to be called for an interview as soon as they applied and can even start working that same day. So that's really cool if you're desperate for a job. Papa John's is a really good place to apply. So they are looking for delivery drivers, team members, general managers, and assistant managers. Next. Walmart is also a big one, and it's also really cool because it has a lot of different positions that you can work in, like the fresh food associate, cart attendant, janitorial associate, sales associate, cashier, the stalker, the freezer, cake decorator as well, the tire tech, cafe associate, meat cutter, and baker. And they have a lot of more positions as well, so you can find it at the links. Oh, somebody said that Spectrum is also hiring and they have great benefits if you would like that. I do not have the link for that, but you can definitely check that out too. And my favorite is DoorDash and Uber Eats and Favor and Grubhub. So all of these make you take food or whatever someone needs to their own home, but you get to do it on your own time, like whenever you want, and you get to stop whenever you want. It also pays, like it ranges between the pay, but the more you do it, the more money you get, of course. And the cool thing about this is that you get to jam to your music the whole time you're in your car and you're like with nobody, and you get to meet a lot of different places and restaurants that you haven't been before just because they order it to you. I specifically, I do DoorDash sometimes, but I do it just for fun or something. Like if I just want to go for a ride, I literally just do DoorDash because I'm making money as well, and it's really cool. And you can listen to your music and get money as well. And it is very easy to apply. I applied, I remember at like 3 a.m. just being bored and thinking about that idea. And I started like 2 days after that. So all the links for like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Favor, and Grubhub are there as well. So if you did like some of those job opportunities, those things are going to be provided to you. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll get that document out to y'all by Friday. So just be a little bit patient with me. But that's pretty much it. Our last meeting, or the next meeting, is going to be October 13th. So we're going to have a guest speaker. Her name is Sarah Williams, and she will be discussing different opportunities and career options within the field of psychology. So she is a UTSA career counselor for COFA at UTSA. I know that we switched to being science, under science instead of fine arts, but since it's fairly new, it's still transitioning, so don't get confused with that. But yes, so she will just talk. I'm not sure what in detail she will be discussing, but I know that I asked her to talk a little bit about the careers and opportunities. So come prepared with questions. If there's something that y'all want us to ask her, you can always send those like questions to any of our officers, and then they can relay them to me so I can send them to her, or you can always ask her at the meeting. So hopefully we have some time for your Q&A at the end. And Active Minds is going to start off the mental health conference. So that conference is every other day for a week starting Sunday, and we are participating that Sunday. So I will send out some more information about that either tomorrow or by Friday, definitely, or I can have Elena send more information about us participating. So if you attend, you will get that event credit. You only have to attend one event to get active or to meet that requirement for active membership. If y'all do have questions or if y'all can't attend, don't worry, we have one more event coming up. If y'all can't attend that one either, then let me know. The other event that we have scheduled is October 22nd. That one is at 5:30 p.m. and that is on a Thursday. The mental health conference, again, is this Sunday at 6 p.m. So if y'all can't attend either one of those, go ahead and send me a direct message, and then we can discuss something else for you to make up that event credit. But let me stop sharing. Does anybody have any questions? And yes, Elena said, don't forget to sign in. We really want everyone to get y'all's credits, so please sign in. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Okay, well, I am probably going to end this meeting in about 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay. If no one has questions, that's fine. If you do figure something else out that you want to ask, just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to help y'all out. I know some of y'all have been requesting hours on ReadyLink, so I will get to that by this Friday. So just be a little bit patient with me and my volunteer coordinators. We will get those covered. If we do end up declining the request, we will give in detail why, and then you can send me a message to further discuss that. So, I'm always available to talk if y'all need anything. But thank you so much, guys. Have a good rest of your night. If y'all, have anything else, again, let me know. And I really hope that everything we provided was helpful. And I will be sending these out. So just be a little bit patient. I will give it out by Friday.